Hey fellow gamers, it's Cozy Mel and I'm here with another Palia video for you. I'm standing in front of what I think of as the Mayor's Gazebo. It is by the Phoenix Falls, which is near this little bridge that you came down when you were first born into Palia. Okay? And we're going to do a little thing today that might help you when you very first begin playing. We're going to find some treasure chests. And this is a way that you can have some gold and some items you're going to need in the first 10, 15 minutes of the game that normally you would not have. And it really can be helpful. However, there are some chests that you won't be able to get until you have a glider. So that'll be a little bit later. But if you can start out in the first minute of the game with something a little extra, why not? So here we are. We're looking at the falls at the bottom, and you can actually climb out on these rocks. You can just walk right out here. And when you do, behind the falls, there's a treasure chest. We're going to loot it, and we're going to have 5 gold, 3 leather, and the treasure chest when we get finished. The treasure chests from these are keepable. You get to keep them. You can destroy them if you wish, or you can use them as decoration at your home. There's just so many uses for them. So I keep them, but you do you. Anyway, we have started out with something really important here, and I'm going to circle it on my box that shows my items. 3 pieces of leather. Because when you start this game, you can't make leather. And you're going to have to level up your crafting skills in furniture crafting a little bit before you can get a loom that you make fabric and leather on. And you're going to need both fabric and leather to get your glider. And you want your glider as soon as you can get it. So you need to take this back home to your plot. And that box we made for storage in our very first video, put this in that box. Don't sell it. Don't touch it. Save it, because you're going to need it to get your glider, and you're going to be so happy that you have it. And you're also going to have 5 gold immediately when you had 0 just 2 seconds ago. Okay, so that's where the first treasure chest is. I'm going to show you one more that is very close by here. This one you can't get without the glider, though, unfortunately. So you'll have to remember to come back after you get the glider. But if you come over here to where the falls are, you can see the treasure chest. It's right down there on this little landing spot. You can glide down to it. Now, there's a chance you might be able to jump and wing it and try to get down here. But then you don't really have a good way to get back off of this rock. And I have so far not found a way to land on this rock without the glider. But some people might be able to do it. I can't say that. In any case, once you can get here by hook or by crook, you can pick this up, and it's got some spice sprouts and some morel mushrooms in it, and those are handy to have. It's not life or death. It's not like it's full of gold or jewels or anything. So if you can't get this until you already have your glider, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Now, to get out of here, you would have to push your map button, go to the top right corner where it says return home, push that, and go home if you don't have a glider. If you do have a glider, you hopefully can get lucky and land on the face of this rock. Boom. You just use your glider, smash yourself into this rock, and climb back up it. And it is the only way that you can get out of that situation that I know of. Maybe you know a better way. Please let me know in the comments below, and we'll share it with everybody. Okay, so those are the first 2 chests. One that you can get the minute you're born, and one that you might be able to get when you're born, but maybe not until after you have the glider. We'll see. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one after this. Okay, now we're going to explore the western part of the Kilima map, over where the farm is, the Dayu farm. If you haven't been there, it's in the west. I will pull up my map and show you. This is Leafhopper Hills. This is the farm. We're going to be looking for a chest right in this area on the farm. And then we're going to go down lower and look for a chest right about here, and also where I'm circling right about here. So these chests are all in this little triangle area of the map, okay? And these are some chests that you can get without the glider once again. So 2 seconds into the game, you can walk over here and open up that chest and get 26 gold and sneaky smoke bombs, 8 sneaky smoke bombs, which you have no way of making at this point in the game if you do this the first minute that you enter the game. So that's another big deal for you right there. You can start killing bugs to your heart's content. Okay, now we have gone all the way, as I said we would, to the bottom of the bank, and we're right here. You can see I'm pointing on the map. Circle, circle, circle. Here we go. We're going to go right up to the very tip top of this cliff. At the top of this cliff, we can walk up there. You don't have to have a glider. So you can walk up to the very tip top of this cliff. Boom, you have got a chest, and you've got some choppa meat and some surnak hide. Not a great big deal, but 11 more gold. So it is really a nice little gift to get. And this is a great spot to see all around you. You can just see everywhere. And because we aren't going to die in this game, even I have the glider, but I won't use it. Jump off the cliff, roll over, and go ahead and walk to this dock. This is going to be our next chest. So you do not need the glider. You can just jump off that cliff, do a little somersault, and walk over to the old docks here. And when you do, you're going to find a treasure chest hanging on a hook. I thought this was the cutest thing. That's probably my favorite treasure chest. So you can go ahead and push F, and it will give you the loot, and you get 25 gold and 5 worms, okay? So you don't have access to worms unless someone in the game, an NPC, do a quest, maybe gives you some worms. But right now, you can't grow them yourself in a worm farm. You don't have that ability yet. So it's fantastic to get some worms and go out and go fishing with them. But you also just got 25 more gold. So, you know, that's really great in the very first part of the game. Okay, let's pause a second. Okay, this one, if you can see it straight ahead of me, it is on a rock in the middle of the water. I tried without my glider to do this a number of times, and I didn't have any luck. Now, maybe, you know, you can see what happens. I jump and I get to the bottom of the water, and, you know, you don't drown. So, you know, you get back. I don't see any way that this can be done without the glider. But, you know, I mean, I am sure that there are people who just try until they figure it out. But either way, it's a little bit of a puzzle to make it out here. But you can with the glider. Without the glider, I don't know how. This has 2 copper bars and 4 copper ore and 27 gold. So this is a really great bonus to be able to get this. And obviously, I am going to take a minute to get off of this rock in the middle of the ocean or lake. Okay, so on our map, this one is right here where I'm circling the blue marker. Blue marker, that's me. This is where we just jumped out to the rock to get that chest. And then we had to run up to the top of that rock and jump back to get back from up there. But this is where we were, right here. Now we're going to go over here to the west. To the east, and at the east of the Fisherman Lagoon and east of ENR's pond, east of him on his pond, is the next chest that we're going to go to, okay? Okay, quickly looking back, you see ENR's dock right there, and then you turn around and look underneath this gangplank. And underneath here is a treasure chest. You get close enough, push F and loot it. You get flour and oil and a treasure chest and 10 more gold. So if you've been keeping track, I'm sure we're over 100 gold. And if it's the first day of the game and you just started out, that's great. Okay, so we're going to move on real quick to the next one. Okay, now we are all the way east on the map, almost as far east as we can go. And this bridge right here, we're going to go underneath it and get a chest. And then we are also going to go up to a gazebo. You will see the gazebo plain as day up on a hill, all the way east, almost as far as you can go on the map. And there's another one in there. So these are the two that we're going to get right now. So I'm going to just jump down here. The water's not deep enough to mess with you. Push up, and you're going to have some moss and some copper bars, the pirate chest, and 50 gold. 50 gold, I'm telling you. So that's kind of great. So you want to do that underneath this bridge right here. You do not need the glider. Okay, over here, I pointed it out. This is a gazebo. You see a circle on your map. It's all the way east, okay? You got that? That's where you are at. And this is a gazebo, and in the gazebo is a chest. You're going to go ahead and loot that and get 31 gold and 18 sapwood planks. You just started the game, so you don't even have a sawmill. You couldn't make a plank if you wanted to, if you just started, but you have some now. That's a great advantage, so make sure and go do this. Okay, real quickly, we are at the mayor's estate. You will see I am circling the location where I am. This is the mayor's estate. This is just to the west of Fisherman's Lagoon where you saw ENR, okay? So when you come up the front, go in the house, go straight through the house, come out the back door, and you will be at the gazebo. Turn around, go in here, and the chest is in the middle of the gazebo. You can go ahead and push up to loot it, and you will get some flowers, and you will get the chest. And it's not a great big deal, but you know, every flower you get that you didn't have to pick yourself is fine. You can use them for quests, give them to NPCs, or you know, save them for future quests or sell them. So that's this chest. And okay, this is the final location I'm going to show you on the map. Right here is a bridge. It is just west of Kilima Village. So it is just west as you're leaving, kind of behind the saloon in that area, but you can see it right here on the map. There's a small bridge, okay? So underneath that bridge, there's some shallow enough water that you can walk under the bridge, and you will find the chest right here. If you push up and pick it up, you get some repair kits to repair your gear, and you get 10 gold and some copper ore. So these are all great things that you can have in your hot little hands before you even get your house plot, before you have a single pick, you know, before you have a pickaxe or, you know, axe to chop down trees or whatever. You can already have all these things. Now, there are a few more chests in Kilima, but you cannot get them without the gliders. So that's why it was important to get the ones that we did. And then in another video, after we do the Temple of the Waves, I'll show you how you can get the Temple of the Waves chests and a few others that are scattered around that you need the glider for, so you can get the full accomplishment. But for now, this was just a head start on your first day in the game. And I hope to see you in my next video. Please like and subscribe and ring that bell, and I'll see you in the next one.